Hello, it's Jody here, and I'm recording this video in a hope that will help anybody who actually has experienced putting on Bitsgap bots, particularly if you're following the plan, the settings of the plan and the parameters, and you have an experience that looks something like this, which might be that you started a bot and then the coin value just went down, 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 and then your bot fell out of range. So I'm actually recording this screen as a shared Bitsgap account from one of our bot buddies who has been busy traveling and wasn't able to sort of get back in touch with our community until sort of just now. And yeah, so there's sort of two purposes to this video. First one is that if you do come into our bot buddies community, just remember we're here at any time. You can reach out to us. It's amazing how many people, just try to work it out on their own. And it's like we provide everything for you. We provide the support. We've got a Slack chat group. We've got live weekly calls. I know not everybody can get to the live weekly calls, but we're here available and here to help if we can. So this particular bot here, I believe, shouldn't have been left this long. Okay, it's been out of range for a very long time. It literally has virtually no daily wiggle, because it fell out of range within the first, probably, where did it start? End of November. Yep, the first week of its life. It fell straight out of the bottom of the grid because that was the big December crash. So, to follow Dan's rules, we absolutely are told to do nothing. But there came a period where Dan was actually giving some updates through January about, the choices of what could be done while we're waiting out this bear market. And literally where we're sitting right now is it really does feel like it's about to turn around. Nothing's ever guaranteed. So please take what I'm about to share with you as, absolutely not financial advice. This is just an example of, what I would do if I was in this situation. So in this actual account, there is one active bot at the moment, and there are two out of range bots. And the one that's been out of range the longest period of time actually has a loss, if it was to be shut down today, of over $2,000. Okay, so it's pretty much just over $2,000 when you consider that a little bit of profit did get made in that first week. So taking that $79 off here, it's $2,120 if it was to close right at this point in time. So when is it that you realize or actualize a loss? It's when you not just close the bot, but it's when you close the bot and sell the coin. So the way that the bots work when it goes down, I'll just open this up again. So this particular bot started with just 3,377 RFOX. I don't even know what that coin is. But because it went down, 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 what the bot does is almost like a DCA. It's like a dollar cost averaging, buying more and more and more of that coin, so that as the market turns around, you can start selling more and more of that coin so that you can get all the profits on the way back up. This particular bot didn't do that. It just went down, and it has stayed down right through these last 3 months of this bear market that we've been experiencing. So now there is 11,000 of these RFOX, 11,356. But the problem is that the bot got started when this coin was worth about 29 cents, and currently this coin is worth 6 or 7 cents. So that's why there is a total P&L that's saying the $2,199, but as I said, we take the $79 off that's already been paid out in profit. So yeah, it's just over $2,000 that could be an actualized loss. Now, before I actually say what it is that I would do, I'll just quickly show you the other bot that's out of range. So let's pull up the information here. So this bot, or this token, started with 2,909 step, and it's now got 13,000 because, it did wiggle along for a while and it made profit, and the profit's already been paid out in the US dollars into the exchange, which is the FTX exchange. So to actually, realize or actualize what looks to be a loss here, you have to equate that even though you'd be closing out the bot and taking $3,000, but you started it with $3,400, you've also already received $700. So in this case, the net balance is still a $300 gain. Okay, so just wanted to show those figures. So this particular one The decision on this one, I don't know. It's a tough one. You know, it's saying that there's a minus 11% change. There is a good chance that this one will come back into range. We've started having quite a bit of movement in the last few days. And yeah, this one I would probably sit and wait, just wait it out, do what Dan says, follow the true plan and actually just leave this one alone, do nothing. We know that sometimes the bots are going to go out of range. So really this is just a case of just let it sit. But this little one here, it just had a bad start to its life. It was unfortunately timed, and you know it was probably gone on for far too long. And you know it's almost like a rite of passage when you do get into a market that suddenly has a huge dip. As we always say, the bots will work in a down market. But they don't work that great when they were working fine and in an up market and then the market totally crashes. So if you pick that bridge between being a down market and previously being a high market, then there is aspects to the bot that you know you can't change that can result in this sort of loss, but only if it stays for as long as it has been. So, you know, it's one of those things, wisdom in hindsight, and again, showing the importance of coming along to a community. We have ours called the Bot Buddies inside the plan, to be able to learn from the people that went before you. You know, it's not so much learning from mistakes, it's learning that all of us really only started in, you know, less than a year ago, and we, by having direct experiences, is how we've been picking up, you know, how to maybe start to see the signs. We've now gone through a couple of down markets and a couple of high markets, and the people that only just recently started back in December 2021, they've really only experienced a down market, so they've been getting great wiggle along the down market, but now they're about to experience their first up market, or at least that's what all the indications are showing anyway. So yeah, my suggestion here, again, not financial advice, but in my case with this one, is I would be looking at my overall available crypto funds, and I would probably actualize or realize this loss in the sense of there's $800 odd here that can be going, you know, to 1/3 of a new bot. I believe it's worthwhile putting in another $2,000 to start a brand new bot that could actually be wiggling really, really well. Even one of my own current bots is it's just blown out the water. It's like over 2% a day. So with that kind of daily wiggle and daily profit, on top of what the value will be in the coin going up, I believe personally that this amount here of, you know, minus $2,000 odd wouldn't take very long to sort of recoup. So that's just my suggestion and probably what I would do. And I understand that when you're new to this and you're new to crypto and you're kind of like, oh, how did this happen? I'm so unlucky. It's like the worst timing ever that I started something high. It's not even about the bots. It's like if you literally had just bought a coin, you know, on the 29th of November, like this was the day the coin was bought in order for the bot to start running. And then it lost a lot of value. And that's happened to the people who bought the Bitcoin when it was at $60,000, and now it's, you know, back to $47,000, and it got right down to nearly 30,000. It was like 33,000 or something. It can be really firing off some emotions inside, going, oh, I made the worst mistake. I'm like the worst person ever. I hate crypto. Crypto sucks. Everything's wrong with it. It's like, no, the point of the plan is to teach you that you can actually profit from the volatility of crypto. You just need to understand the overall rules and almost even the different ways of looking at, you know, the wallet that you have. So in this particular case, currently, one hand would say, oh, I've just lost $2,000 worth. Put a little bit more in. It's not gambling. It's literally like putting some more in to say, right, let's actually now make this crypto or this new crypto work, bring the balance of the books back together, and then it will go the other way as well. It's sort of like borrowing from one hand into the other, all that kind of stuff. Like, I could talk about it for ages, and maybe I'll jump on and have a chat with Nat, and we can discuss more than anything the mindset and just remembering that there is no loss until you sell a coin. And that's what I'm saying to do. It sounds crazy, but I'm saying to do that in this particular case. And this is really coming off the back end of one of the updates that Dan gave to all the people in the plan just only a week or so ago, because it can be made up. And that's when you have a broader portfolio, where you've got a portfolio, because I haven't even looked at the one that's working. There is actually a bot working great for this lady. She's got one here. It's, you know, making 5% average daily. Like, that's just crazy that the numbers can be like that. But yes, you can actually make it up, is how I look at it. So one thing we do love to say inside the plan and our Bot Buddies community is don't dread the red, because it can turn back around, but also don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, we've got lots of different channels here, lots of topics and discussions to be had, and some really amazing people in here, some very clever people as well. So if you're looking at joining the plan, then definitely have a look at our link underneath this video to have a look at the bonuses that we provide. As far as I'm aware, we're pretty much the only group that has live conversations with people and offers live help to everybody as well. So that's what we've got inside the plan at our Bot Buddies community and Slack group. And yeah, hopefully that's been helpful to you. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion on what I would do, but entirely up to you. If you're in the plan already, go and check out the members area and catch up on all the fly on the wall episodes and actually hear from Dan himself about how it is that he made the decision to close and sell out the coins on a bot that was exactly like this, that he went through an experience as well, and he kind of talks about the logic behind it in a much better way probably than what I did as well. All right, hope that's been helpful, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.